Okay.
Why don't you talk a little bit about a game that you and I have been playing? You more than I have, because you weren't able to talk about this for a while, but
I wasn't.
you've been playing Rogue Company.
Yeah, so I was in the alpha. I think I'm allowed to say this now. You know what? I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to say it, right? The game's out.
Yeah, yeah,
The game's out. Who
yeah.
cares, right? So I was in the alpha for it was around I think a week and a half or 2 weeks. I just play at night, whatever. At first I was like, this is just like, you know, a basic. Well, so let me first describe Rogue Company. It's a 4v4, and I think 5v5 in some modes. Shooter that has classes, so it's similar to like an Overwatch of that sect, or one of those games that has classes, that has abilities and all that good stuff. It has specialized equipment for it, but it has like the gameplay, at least like format, because I haven't played the games that I'm about to compare this game to, but it has like a similar, I think, in mechanics and like overall like feel of like a Valorant or like a CS:GO. You know what I'm saying? But for the console.
Right.
Right.
So I've seen
yeah.
this game compared to those as well. I know that statement can make some PC people like roll their eyes, but like
Yeah.
I think what you said, being designed for consoles, is key here because
Yeah.
Yeah, from my very little time with it, it's basically like it's set up with modes that you would find in a CS:GO of like search and destroy. I think there's a deathmatch mode, and then like some like demolition, kind of.
Yeah. I think Demolition is the main mode I've been playing, and that one's and that one's the one that's similar to Search and Destroy.
Yeah.
But I believe in S&D, if I remember correctly, there's only 1 point to plant the bomb. I think, and then Demolition in this game, I think there are 2 points to plant it.
Right.
But I think in S&D there's only one, but it's the exact same game mode. Yeah. You get 1 life, all that good stuff.
Yeah. So it's definitely going for that tactical team-based shooter approach, right? And this is a game that we've seen in, I believe, Nintendo presentations for about a year now, almost. I think this might have been in their direct that was after E3 last year, and I think it popped up in a PlayStation thing since then. It is available as a founder pack right now, I believe, on everything. We do know that eventually, or it might already be there if you're a founder, cross-play, cross-save, cross-progression on all the consoles, all the PC, everywhere you can play it, which, love to see that, you know?
Yep, definitely.
But you and I have been playing on Switch.
Indeed.
How you think of the performance? Because you've been in my ear before. You're talking about like Warface, Warframe, War Table. Like what for like a shooter on the Switch? Where are you at with this right now?
So I deliberately, because when I got into the alpha, I was able to choose like which platform I wanted to play, right? And I specifically wanted to go for the Switch because I really wanted to see how it did performance-wise, because they said that it boasted, the full and glory 60 frames on the Switch, So I was like, okay, well, let me see if that's for real. And it definitely is. Like, it runs surprisingly well. Like, it runs analogous to like how the PS3 on like half a gig of RAM somehow always ran COD at that smooth high frame rate,
Right.
and it was the same like type of feeling I had in this this game on the Switch as well. Like, it ran super well, at least I feel like super stable even during the alpha, and now with the I guess Founders Edition, but technically like the full game release. Runs super well. I haven't tried it on handheld, to be fair. I haven't tried it on handheld. I'm only trying it in docked mode and only playing it in docked mode because I'm using the Pro controller.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like shooters with the Switch are really hard to play with the controls that are there for the Switch. At least I feel like the overall like form factor is just not the best for shooters on the go in handheld mode. At least like PvP. Like, if it's like PvE, then that's a whole different story.
Well,
but yeah.
I do wonder if it has motion or gyro aiming, because I feel like from a lot of people's perspective, and honestly, I can get behind this. Like, I feel like gyro aiming is a more precise level of accuracy than you get with sticks. Honestly, if you're comparing it to something like a mouse and keyboard, like gyro's all right. Like, I'm not talking full like light gun arcade mode stuff, but like tilting, like just tilting stuff around, making sure you can see the screen or whatever. I feel like that is good enough.
If you saw my face, I think you'd get. We are. I don't think the same on that page. Like, I don't know. Like,
well, here's where I'm coming from.
Yeah,
Breath of the Wild, gyro aiming, incredibly precise, more precise than Horizon.
I think I'm specifically thinking about PvP.
Okay, yeah, okay,
right.
That's fair.
But
Well,
like PvE, then I could totally see that. Yeah. PvP, like if it's PvE, then all fair game. However you want to aim.
Yeah. Because I know people swear by Splatoon 2 having gyro aiming as well, and that being the best thing, like the second coming. So
interesting. Interesting.
But yeah, I've also played on Switch. I've only done the practice mode. I haven't hopped into like a full blown competitive match yet. But
gotcha. It gets really sweaty and it gets really fun, man. It's
okay.
fun.
That's good to hear, because the first round, or the first and only match I played really was like, seemed a little simple, seemed a little like straightforward and easy, but yeah, I'm curious to give it a little more time and play a little more competitively with it. Obviously nothing crazy good, because I'm like not the best at these kinds of games, but
right.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if I said this already, but I haven't played handheld either, and performance I think is, if it's not 60, it's like 56. Like, it's close.
Yeah, exactly. No, like, I mean, I felt like for the Switch specifically, like, it's running really, really smoothly.
Yeah.
And super stable, at least for me personally.
Mm-hmm.
Last night, I think I landed on, like, a rooftop where I wasn't supposed to land. Because you start off in a ship and you jump down and glide down onto the map. Mm-hmm. And so I guess I land, like, off of the map and clipped under the world and started falling through the world, whatever. Then the game just loaded me onto the map right after it saw that I went through it, whatever. So like little stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the one thing I saw. But overall, like, I think the gameplay loop is really fun. It's one of those where you start off with like an amount of cash when you start the game in the plane, and you get to choose, like, do you want to use this cash to get a primary weapon like an assault rifle, or upgrade your pistol that you have already, get a melee weapon, get any of the amount of perks as well, get like a lethal or like a tactical type of gadget, if you will, to use in game. And like literally everything you do in game in a match will get you money to use on the next round, right? So you whether it's like, even if you do some damage on the enemy or like help defend something, even like the smallest things you do in a given match will give you rewards to be able to use and make yourself stronger the next round. So
yeah,
I like it overall. I like it.
I think the game I played had 9 rounds to it based on the way it shook out, but I was able to buy something every round. So
yep, yeah,
it's a good economy there, and I think it has an interesting progression that I'm interested to see how it does in a more sweaty encounter, I guess, because the one I was in was very much like, hey, this is the training arena. We were also kicking around maybe doing a stream of this next week, so if you're curious, check out the schedule, because maybe Kevin and I will run some matches of Rogue Company.
Hopefully getting into a lobby together isn't as hard as like Pokemon. How that's
that
took a little bit.
Yeah, it seems like from the main menu you can party up, so that should be all right.
Beautiful. Should be good.
Before we move on, do you have a specific hero character you're playing? Because I played Ronin. I liked she was like the woman with the katana.
Yeah, Ronin's good. I like Trench so far. So Trench has this like barbed wire as his, I guess, ultimate, if you want to say, for like a better term, where I'll just lay it down on like one of the bombs, and that's all good. Then for my lethal and tactical, I can get tear gas or essentially a trophy system like from COD, but it can shoot out projectiles that are incoming in that area around the wherever you place it. So that's been really good for me. Like I feel like that's been something that I've been playing a lot in those sweaty matches where like we got to really, either defend or attack where we're at as we're defending the bomb that's trying to go off, and we're on the other side of the coin and everything. So he's been super fun. I've been having a lot of good plays with him. Yep.
Yeah, seems like there's a lot to unlock too. So I'm gonna give it some time. So
a lot to unlock, and also last thing I'll say is like I know like a lot of people that are into these type of games with roles and abilities and everything. The whole meta of like, okay, like is there one operator, if you will, that's like stronger than the other, whatever. I feel like everyone has a nice balance of like checks and balances. Like I feel like there's a lot of counters that a lot of people can do against each other, vice versa. It overall like seems really, really balanced in their first go. I don't think anything is crazy OP yet, at least I've seen.
Awesome.
Good stuff.